Hi everybody. For the last probably 4 or 5 years now, I've put on my website, don't take orders. I'm not taking orders, and people still contact me and ask me to build them a knife. Occasionally I do take the odd order here and there, but generally I don't take orders. So that's the situation now, and that's the situation it has been for a long time, and that's the situation it will be going forward, because I just can't produce the knives in the numbers to satisfy the demand of you lot. Sorry about that, just how it is. I wish it wasn't, but that's just how it is. The other thing is that about a good half, maybe even 2/3 of the inquiries come from people at overseas, and I've recently had a very bad experience. I've lost a knife, basically. I was contacted by somebody, and they lived in Europe, and I sent the knife off via UPS. UPS have been quite good. I've not lost a knife with them up until now. And then we've had this thing in the UK called Brexit. Now please don't jump on the political bandwagon, because I know it's divided a lot of people. Some people are pro-Brexit, some people aren't. I'm not interested in it. It's just bureaucracy at the end of the day. And now it's become quite problematic to send knives overseas, especially to Europe. And so this particular knife was a Cocobolo classic bushcraft knife sent off to Germany. It went wrong from the get-go, to be honest with you, because I dropped the knife off at the local UPS access point. They use these little shops, these little corner shops, these little well no, not tobacconists anymore, the sort of off licenses, you know. Anyway, UPS use these little shops, and the cashier there was extremely rude and unpleasant and unkind. So that started off on a bad. This is a bit of a rant, isn't it? That started off on a bad foot, so to speak. Anyway, the knife didn't depart from the shop for some time. So much so that I actually emailed UPS to ask them what was happening. And I also reported the unpleasant behaviour of the shopkeeper of that shop to the UPS people. Anyway, the knife then was picked up and it went on its way to Germany. Then it got as far as the import, the customs, and because now we've got this Brexit thing going on, they wanted to know my a special number that I didn't have. Apparently you've got to apply for it, and there's 2 of these different numbers, and then to get this number you've got to get your tax reference, etc., and set the procedure going. And then I got an email from them saying they can't import that particular knife to Germany in the end because it's got a Cocobolo wood handle, and apparently this is now a protected wood, even though the wood was probably sourced about 30 years ago. This is now a species of wood which is not allowed in Germany, so people in Germany are not allowed to have knives with Cocobolo wood handles anymore. So UPS then created a return shipment to return it back to me, and I then tracked that shipment, and it appears that I've got to pay a £90 import duty on that knife to get the knife back to me. So I've lost the £30 that I paid sending the knife out to overseas. I've got to pay another £30 to ship the knife back to me, plus I've got to pay a £90 import duty. So that knife has lost me in total 140, 90, 120, £150 in those fees alone. And then to add insult to injury, UPS have now decided they can't find the knife, so it's vanished. And then the only way I can pursue that is, I've sent emails off, but it's not going very far, is to phone them up. And I know what happens in the past when I've lost knives like this. I've phoned them up and I've been on the phone. You can lose half a day just sitting in a queue and get nowhere with it. And so in the end you just end up giving up and you just lose the knife even though it was insured. So this has left a very bad taste in my mouth, and I've decided going forward, and especially at this current time, the world is in a right pickle, what with what's happening around the world politically, and well, you just know what, look on the news and find out what's happening. It's a load of SH1T. So I decided I'm not sending knives overseas at the moment. I'm just not doing it. I'm not taking that risk anymore. I'm only selling my knives to UK customers. I'm really sorry about this. It's really, I've got some fantastic customers and friends from overseas, and I'm really sorry that I can't send a knife over to you at the moment. I just feel, whenever I send a knife overseas, I feel anxious that it may not get there. It's a lot to lose because, you know, these knives, there's a lot of work. I mean, that knife there alone, I'll show you it in a minute. You're looking at the best part of sort of half to 3/4 of a week's work. And by the time you've built it and you sent it off, and then for that to just vanish into the ether, it really does cut to the quick. So I'm very sorry about that. Anyway, let's move on. I'll update you on shipping overseas in the future when I've worked something more, when I'm more certain in my mind that they can do the job properly. This knife I built for somebody. It's a beautiful camp knife. If they don't want it, then obviously I'll put it on the website for UK sale only. If anyone overseas wants it, then if you've got a friend in the UK, will buy it for you and then ship it over to you. They can take that gamble with the shipping at the moment, but I'm not going to do it. So UK sales only. If the particular person that I built this knife for doesn't want it, then it will go on the website. UK sales only. So it's a camp knife. So it's got stabilised walnut scales with a tapered tang, black G10 liners, mosaic pins, quad mosaic pins, beautiful wood. There's the blade. So that's that knife. I'm sorry the tone of this video is a bit downbeat. I generally try to be as upbeat as I can, so I know it's difficult times for everybody and we're all feeling it, and I don't like to leave a bad taste in anyone's mouth, but unfortunately you know, I do feel a bit sort of gutted at the moment about losing that. So that's that particular knife. I'd say if the person doesn't want it, then I'll stick it on the website for UK sales only. I have built some more camp knives. Come on then, you want to come and say hello? There's Carmen, look. There's my beautiful dog. There. You get all camera shy, don't you? You want to jump up and then you get camera shy. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I built some more camp knives. I've just finished them. I started building these actually before Christmas. I cut them out as blanks, and then I finally got around to finishing them just this week. You know, so it just goes to show you the amount of time that goes into producing them. Although in between times I have been working on stainless steel as well. Going forward, I've got more stainless steel coming this week, so I'm having 2 or 3 days off now, give myself a bit of a break from it, and then I'll be back to work on the knives again toward the end of this week. Working on, I've ordered stainless steel for classics, for a few neck knives like the Hornet and the Wasp XL, and I've ordered some more O1 carbon steel for more camp knives because they seem to be quite popular. And obviously build up my bread and butter knife, which is the 4mm Classic as well, with a tapered tang. So that's the story to date. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, whenever that will be.